Hey guys, it's Metro, and today I'm furthering the series about all of the Mists of Pandaria features. If you haven't seen the first video, annotations on the screen. In the description, you're going to find the WoW Stratix article that is a complete correspondence to this video. This video is a visual representation of all the things talked about there, so I would really recommend you guys check it out first before you watch this video. Regardless, today we're talking about 5.1 exclusively and the features added with it. If you haven't followed the series so far, what this video series is it's a way for new players returning to the video game after an extended break to come back and see just what they missed with each patch, instead of having to dig through patch notes and all that. If you haven't, if you missed it and you're coming back for Warlords, now's the time. And some of these features that I'm going to show you today and in subsequent videos are by far some of the coolest stuff that's ever been in the game. Despite 5.1 only being a minor content patch, it put some really big additions into the game. Something you would never consider to come in a patch like this. Certainly, they really did deliver. And the first one we're talking about today is the Faction War quote-unquote daily hub. Alright, it's pretty much the same type of dailies as the Golden Lotus and the ones we discussed in the 5.0 section. This is taking place in Karasang Wilds and once again features a ton of lore. Extremely important if you wish to understand the lore the expansion travels upon. To be brief, the first patch of the expansion, as per dailies, were learning all about Pandaria. Now in 5.1 and subsequent patches, Alliance and Horde have brought the war to Pandaria, and this is the start of it. You'll see as you progress through these dailies, a lot of different scenes, cutscenes, and scenarios that explain a lot of things about main characters for both the Horde and Alliance. So, if dailies aren't your thing, I understand. This is not the most fun thing to do in the game. Certainly, I agree with it, but the lore itself is really, really worth it. And you can really fly through it now, especially with a lot of the boosts. It's actually per reputation. So if there was a way you can get exalted in one day, you'd be able to do all the scenes in one day as well. Another great feature of 5.1 is the Brawlers Guild. Once again, technology that is absolutely going to be expanded upon into the future. Presents a unique solo challenge for those fans of the film or books Fight Club. You'll fight unique NPCs with a specific challenge. Your character is going to be all alone in there, and everyone could watch, as you see here. Okay, we'll be able to cheer you on and see when you fail. Sadly, this is really harshly trivialized by gear, so especially if you're returning to the game, I'd recommend picking up a Brawler's Pass and getting out here as quickly as possible. Around 540 eye level to 570, it's just a complete joke. None of it's challenging, especially the 5.1 stuff. But if you give yourself a good look at it, you'll realize why this is some of the cooler content they've ever had in the game. It's extremely rewarding as well. There's some really great stuff, including a mount. So if you're interested in this type of solo challenge, I would definitely recommend coming out here. It's in your respective home base, so Orgrimmar for Horde and under the Deep Run Tram for Alliance. I believe on the Stormwind side, obviously. So anyway, I hope you guys come out here, check it out. There's actually been an update for 5.3 as well, so a lot of bosses to do when you come out here. The next amazing feature of 5.1 is the fact that battle pets, discussed in the 5.0 section, have been added to certain bosses in classic raids. To facilitate this, the raid group quote-unquote requirement has been lifted from everything pre-Mists of Pandaria. Of course, this includes classic raids. This means you don't need a second person or even a raid group at all. You can just fly right into any of the raids that you want to do and solo them at your heart's content. The raids focused upon are AQ40, BWL, and Molten Core. Alright, they're going to drop a plethora of pets. Very, very cool. There's even an achievement associated with getting them all. For those of you who are not interested in the petty dealings of pets, you can simply farm them and sell them. They sell well, and if you can do multiple runs a week, you can make a lot of gold. This is definitely one of the best ways to make gold right now. Perhaps not from classic raids, but from the BC raids we're going to discuss in 5.3 section. There's a lot of unique pets to have out there, and if you're on a pretty busy realm, a lot of people really want them. Another thing that's unique about pets is that you have them across your account. So perhaps you want to farm them on this realm and then sell them on a different realm. That's entirely possible. You simply cage them, or you train them and then cage them and put them up on the auction house on any realm you want. A very good way to perhaps transport gold from one realm to another. Just want to add this before we leave this topic. All right, people ask this all the time. I need help. I need help. No, you don't. All right, MC and BWL and AQ40 are extremely easy to solo. All right, there's a few things in AQ40 that are kind of iffy and may require some fiddling. So, you know, don't be scared to ask some friends for help. But please don't sit and trade and be like, need 3-4 more for BWL and stuff like this. This just makes you look silly. All right, and it's embarrassing to see. I try to help people out who, you know, need 490s to clear these raids, but these were soloable, especially MC at like level 80. Okay, so it also can present a small challenge. If you're a character you haven't played in a while, go back in there, experience some of the nostalgia, challenge yourself, see what you could, how many mobs you can pull, how many bosses you can kill, and pick up some pets and maybe sell them. The final amazing feature of 5.1 that you all definitely need to be aware of is the fact that you can now upgrade gear via Valor points. You could also do this for blues via Justice points, but since most of the stuff you're going to get is going to be epic, you're going to have to focus on Valor points. To discuss Valor points briefly, there's a 3k world cap and a 1k weekly cap. So the max you can get at any 1 week is 1k. All right, no matter what, once you've obtained 1k, that's as much as you're going to get this week. And you can only have 3k for the entirety. So if you're ever getting close to 3k, definitely spend it. The guy here, he's going to be in the city next to the transmog vendor, next to all these guys, the reforge guy as well. He's going to be on the left side of this area. You're basically just going to drop your item in there, and you're going to see it's got 2 of 2. You could upgrade it twice for 250 Valor each. So to upgrade one full piece completely, it's going to be 500 Valor. All right, this is very important for bending eye level curves for LFR if that's what you're interested in. Also can be extremely useful for other situations, but either way, you're upgrading the stats on your belts, your gear, everything, trinkets, weapons, everything you could come up with, okay? So if you're going to raid, this is a feature you definitely need to be aware of. It's there for the entirety of it. It was added in 5.1, taken away for 5.2, and re-added for 5.3. And this is likely a feature that is not going to make the cut in Warlords. Unfortunately, they said they're likely going to be removing Valor wholly. So we'll see how that goes. But for now, hope you guys enjoy all the 5.1 content. The 5.2 video is next on the list.